Okay. Good morning, colleagues and my seniors. I'm really happy to get this opportunity to talk about myself. That's my name, those are my degrees, but then I thought if I need to talk about myself, what are the things I would want to tell all of you? So I just asked a few questions to myself. Who am I? What are my beliefs? My driving forces, my aspirations, how I reached here, where I want to go from here, what are my learning gaps, my plans to work on, and where do I see myself in the future. So we'll go in this sequence. Who am I? Just a small journey through pictures. I'm the second one from the three siblings. Those are my parents. I belong to a family of lawyers, and my father retired as a High Court judge from India. So nobody before me had gone into the field of science, so I very much made my own rules and made my own path in that field. The second picture is my life partner, my critique, and my supporter in this journey. He's my husband. He's a neurosurgeon in India. So all through my schooling years, I looked up to a lot of scientists, that is Madame Marie Curie. So she said life is not easy for any of us, but what of that? We must have perseverance and above all confidence in ourselves. We must believe that we are gifted for something, and that thing at whatever cost must be attained. So that was something that I always remembered, and that pulled me towards science, because I thought probably if I go into science, I'll make a greater impact, I will leave a legacy. So in my early years, I started participating in science clubs, always used to be an active member of the science clubs, ended up going to the National Children's Science Congress in India, presented my paper and studies there, which opened a new field of research and science to me. After that, when I wanted to go into my graduation, the obvious choice was medicine, because apart from research, which is a very daunting path, medicine also gave me instant gratification of healing somebody. So it was a great balance between getting to be a part of the scientific world, but also getting instant gratification, which is sometimes not available in the scientific and research fields because it's quite daunting. So that's how I entered. Most of my medical school, I was seen in the library, reading books. Apart from that, once I finished my graduation, I asked myself, can I practice medicine? When I asked this question to myself, I decided to go to the Apex Institute in my country, which is All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and just start working, because I wanted to see myself working and also to tell myself that I can practice. I can be within the patients and become comfortable. So I worked there in the field of emergency medicine, in the very heavy load hospital. Thereafter, I decided during those years that I want to pursue medicine and not surgery. So it was clear, and I started preparing for my post-graduation examinations after that. I ended up getting a MD seat. That was my first day of MD medicine, the picture. During my MD years, now was the time I decided I should consolidate my ideas on research. I got a mentor who gave me a topic of my thesis, which had a very big data set, and he taught me a lot of research. I presented nationally, thereafter internationally in the European Congress on Obesity. All these opportunities opened my eyes to the world of research in medicine and how one can leave an impact and be more useful to the field by research. As far as my beliefs, everybody remembers this girl, she's Alice. So one day when Alice came to a fork in the road and saw a Cheshire cat and asked, which road do I take? She said, where do you want to, she asked, where do you want to go? Was the response of the cat. So the nurse, then Alice said, I don't know. So the cat then responded, if you don't know, then it would not matter. If you will not know your path, any road will take you there. So now I started questioning myself, where am I going from here after doing my MD medicine? To answer that question, again, I used the same method of experimentation. I went into 2 distinct setups in New Delhi. The first one was Maulana Azad Medical College, which is the medical college, one of the leading medical colleges of India. I worked within the team of doctors there which were pursuing their MD. I had seniors there, I had undergraduate teaching, postgraduate teaching, mentoring them in their thesis, in their presentations. So it was a lot of work apart from seeing patients and interacting with them. A lot of leadership that I learned from there, leading a pack of youngsters who are enthusiastic, but they have their own ideas to put forward. The second team that I thereafter entered was oncology at one of the leading tertiary centers in New Delhi. The person who is taking this selfie down at the corner is my mentor. He's a clinical oncologist trained in the UK and now practices in India. So that was the team which opened me to the idea of oncology, what it is, how the world of cancer patients look like. So from there on, I started understanding and reading more about oncology. The concept that really attracted me was precision oncology. This is 2013 journals. Science said the breakthrough therapy of the year is cancer immunotherapy. And apart from this, somebody said at the same era, in any trial you get odd patient who does really well, but this is an order of magnitude above that. So somehow I realized this is what I want to pursue. So a bit about targeted cancer therapy, you would target the genes, you would target the molecules that are required to be treated and cause less toxicity. Especially immunotherapy is the field that really attracts me. Next to that, I also presented a small single center study from the center where I worked in New Delhi in the UAE Cancer Congress, where I opened to the idea of global oncology. In oncology, treatment, the disease depends on genes, the disease depends on lifestyle, but the treatment depends on where you live in the world, which should change, and the whole of oncology community is recognizing that. So even ASCO in this year says global oncology is a real academic career path, which really opens me up to this idea that I could also become equipped with knowledge from developed nations and also coordinate with low and middle income group countries and do something more and make an impact. So the learning gaps that I had identified in doing this, first is the MRCP exam, my core competencies. Person specification of ST3 clinical oncology and medical oncology says I have to be resilient, I have to be a team leader, I have to be empathetic. I am trying to learn more and more of this through my OPDs, through my mentors, a lot of research and audit because I love that, and also preparing for my ST3 interview, which is just going on right now, the preparation. So where do I see myself? I see myself as entering oncology, being a part of research in oncology for sure, being a part of support groups because I want to be a patient advocate and understand what really matters to that patient. I want to be a consultant in oncology, a leader and an academician at some stage in my life, teaching and mentoring budding clinicians because I became what my mentors taught me. So I want to become a mentor to somebody when the right time comes. So my plan B. So my plan B is to work as a specialty doctor in oncology and then thereafter build my profile via the Caesar pathway if I do not get into a formal training, be a part of oncology research and also start participating in patient advocacy in oncology. Thank you. That's me for you.
Nice, come on.
It was very good. Good pace, and you explained everything about you and where you want to go. Just one clarification. Did you do any specialist training back in India? That
No,
was one. Oh, okay.
I have not started yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think you have very good style of presentation and your plan is very clear and you know what you are doing in your life.
I hope so.
Yeah, very good PPTs and very good presentation, good use of body language and everything was good about it.
Thank you.
So, let us imagine you weren't so sure about your mind.
Mhm.
Yes?
Mhm.
We'll imagine that later. Okay. So, I mean, your presentation, absolutely excellent. Yeah? The way you talked us through it was wonderful. You came over as a person. The reason why you want to do this was clear. You evidence snippets all the way through about why this makes sense for you. Not only as a medical student, but in your postgrad training and even at school. It's so nice when people talk about research, that they talk about impact, making a difference, and that's lovely. What ambition, global oncology, why not? Yeah, really I would encourage you all, if you find somewhere where your heart is, never let it go. Never. I have no idea how you do that. It doesn't matter because, that's the pathway you're going to find. You just need to have a
Neither do I have an idea.
Just like the old lovely Alice quote. Yeah. It's lovely. Your plan B, first of all, let me say you definitely do not need a plan B. But your plan B is plan A by a different route, okay, which is fine, okay? So that's a good plan B. How do I get to where I want to go to if that doesn't work? Okay, you want to pursue that. We do need to sit down and talk about your route, and I'll enjoy doing that when we do. Maybe you don't need to go to specialist training right now. Maybe you need something else. If I said to you, you can go into specialist training now, well, there's this wonderful job where you can spend 2 years cutting your teeth on research and working with the best people in the world, which one would you choose?
Number 2.
Yes. And me. Every single time. You're a long time in your career and you have very few opportunities. If you walk past them, they don't come again. Yeah? So, this is where I'm going to criticize you. It's not really a criticism, it's a caution. You're very clear, you're very certain, it all makes sense, which is why your presentation was logical. You're a scientist, I took an evidence-based approach to this, I understand how your mind works. Be prepared for not knowing what will happen. Yes? Just remember, have chance, luck, things cross your way. Yes? So don't be too certain. Could be you're failing. And one day you say, oh, how did I get here? It might be what you want. So you should balance yourself off by saying, okay, I don't know everything. I will keep something open. Yeah? Who knows what that might be? Yeah? But yeah, absolutely excellent. If people wanted to use a model of how to guide themselves through this sort of presentation, that would be very good. Then use it your own way. Yeah.